right. I love to say that when the game starts. This is our final match of the day, the deciding match. Who will get out of this group? Will it be July up here at the top right as our Zerg? Or will it be his opponent who's at the bottom left? OGS InCa. This is our new map, ESV Cloud Kingdom. A really cool map. I definitely recommend checking it out on your respective server. Pretty sure it's out on all the servers now. If not, I don't know what ESV is doing. They need to upload that. But this is a really cool map. I really enjoyed the design. I like the space shark that flies in the middle. Just everything about this map is cool. The Zelnaga watchtowers are cool. They're not too spaced out apart from each other. There's rocks in the middle of the map that you can destroy, which allows a more interesting center of the map. You know, for example, a Terran might not want to destroy those rocks if he's going to push through the center of the map, because then he can have his Marines on a better concave on the other side, so Zerg might want to destroy those. There's a lot of just different cool mechanics that go into the making of this map. No islands on this one, unlike Metropolis. And the early pool has been scouted by InCa while I was talking about this awesome map. Looks like July went for a 10 pool. And Probe sees it. He's planned on going for a Forge Fast expand. And he's going to have to make that forge pretty soon. There it is. It's going to be up in time. Now notice how easy it is to wall off on this map for Protoss. It's actually a really good map for Forge Fast Expand. You can wall off at the top of the ramp with a really nice choke point. Only takes 3 structures, I believe, to fully wall it off. Then you even have a Zealot spot that you can make. It's actually so cool. And July is going to go ahead and make a Queen. 4 Zerglings, don't think he's going to go for 6. I think that's a smart choice, considering his opponent scouted him. So there's a 2-player map. And down goes the cannon. July only making the 4 Zerglings, realizing, okay, well, he's going to have the cannon up in time. But I got my Queen out faster. I can make up with my lost drones with a quick inject of larva. Hatchery goes down now as well. InCa does manage to get his probe scout away, so he can come back into scout later to see what's up. And the Zerglings are now abound. Boom, gateway goes down. There's enough spot there for a Zealot to squeeze through. Gonna keep the probe there. The cannon's up. The Overlord barely gets away. Close call there for that Overlord. That's actually Caldor and that Overlord. If you guys heard that cast little tip about Caldor, if Caldor could be a unit, he would be an Overlord. I know it sounds strange, but that's what he told me. Now InCa is going to come in here for the second scout. Sees the hatchery, but not much else. There's not much else to see. He knows that that's the common fob. He knows it's not going to be some sort of crazy one-base Baneling or anything like that. That would not even be effective, especially on this map with a really long rush distance, really easy walled-off choke. Nexus is about to finish. InCa's taking his gases already. He's going to get that core up pretty soon. July, meanwhile, is going to start his Zergling speed as soon as he can. He's almost got 100 gas. The question is, will he pull workers out of the gas? Roach can be pretty good on this map, because if you can get up that ramp, there is enough space for you kind of to sit your roaches up there and attack your opponent. July is actually going to go for a second gas. So he's definitely got something planned. The question is, what? Will it be 2 base fire? 5.5 minute lair? Well, it can't be 5.5 minute lair because it's 5.5 minutes now and there's no lair, but it could be a super fast lair, like the fast lairs we have been seeing, the fast 2 base spires. Could also be really heavy roach aggression. I don't think that's what we're going to see, though. We could also see an infestor push. That's becoming more popular in Korea. I know Destiny really popularized it in North America, but it is growing in popularity in Korea. I see it a lot on the Korean ladder. Really makes me angry sometimes, but if it's scouted, it can be dealt with really well, so I think it's not the safest choice. Mutas would be a much better choice. This isn't the best map for Mutas, though. If you guys notice, you can't really easily go from the natural to the main base. You can see on the main map, there's not a lot of space there where ground units can't stand, so your Mutas could get trapped in kind of in between, inside the main base of the Protoss. They'll have to fly over a long ground distance, so it's not the best map for Mutas. But he could be going for fast Mutas. Only time will tell, as 2 more gases have been taken for July at his natural. They're almost complete here. as Zergling speed finishes. And the question is, what will the July Zerg make? InCa going up to 5 gateways, actually. 6 gateways in total now. July's lair finishes, he starts in their hatchery, and his tech structure is going to be Spire, as we predicted. +1 is done for InCa. He's going to put on a lot of pressure with a few warp-ins of units if he wants to. Actually does not have a forward pylon as far as I can see. He's not going to really be able to pressure like anyone would want to. The probe is in the spot here. Now July knows what's going on. And Warp Gate Research finishing up here with his 6 gateways. He may attack. July does not have a lot of units. 6 gate was considered the counter during the beta in the early stages of release to 2-base Spire. People were like, okay, if you go 2 hatch Muta, then you're going to die to a 6 gate. But now 6 gate's kind of fallen out of popularity. Oh! Not good control of that probe. Now his pylon's way away from where it could ideally be, but the 3rd base is still relatively exposed. His Warp Gate Research has been done for a while. He's not warping in units as main. There he is. He did do it. I was going to say, that's crazy talk. This is the end of the day, guys. I start getting crazy at this point. Crazy in excitement, but also crazy in that, like, I've been casting solo. All these replays with no breaks, really. And InCa is going to lose his forward pylon here, but he's got so many units out. Remember, he's got +1 on these Zealots, which means they're going to do wonders against Zerglings. He needs to go for that hatchery, though. Losing a lot of timing here where the Mutas are coming out, trying to chase down a Queen. Does get the Queen, but he needs to get that hatchery. Oh man, July is just, he's actually just falling into July's hands here. July's like, well, maybe you're not going to get my hatchery after all because you're chasing my Zerglings for this. But now the hatchery will fall. He just does not have enough. The Mutas are not out quite in time. And these Zealots really hesitating. Hatchery falls. Nice control by July, not even losing a lot of Zerglings. The Zealots are now dead. Cannons have been started for InCa to defend at home. And, you know, he's got a lot of sentries back at home. That's not going to be very useful. He's working a few more stalkers now. The Zealot pressure continues. I like this. He's trading pretty well with these Zerglings. Killing a ton of them. Sentries going down, though, to these Mutas. And some probes are going to start to fall afterwards as well. And more probes going down. The sentries have all fallen. The stalkers are being ignored. Twilight Council finishes. He's going to get that blink ASAP. Look at the worker count, 49 to 39. But July did lose his 3rd base. The stalkers now actually retreating. And a few Mutas do go down. Oops. It's alright. Now, InCa starts his blink here a little bit later than his Twilight Council finished. They need all his resources to make stalkers. He sees that this hatchery has been remade. I don't like the choice to send just 1 stalker and zealot to attack that hatchery because drones could kill that for us if it needed to. But he does scout it. +2 weapons on the way for InCa, as well as his blink is getting closer and closer. But he's stuck on 2 bases now. July's not going to let him take a 3rd. Even if he has blink, he's not going to move out. He's going to lose pylons to Mutas now. Muta's count getting out of control. It's up to 13 already. He's about to have +1 for his Mutas as well. Just being very harassy, keeping his opponent in his base. He sees another pylon that he can pick off. He's actually going to the front. I'm not sure if I agree with this. If he can get out, though, after killing some pylons, it'll definitely be worth it. He even unpowers the Twilight Council. And it looks like July has realized this is the July 2nd, where if he goes right now, he can actually kill a ton of units. And he gets through, and InCa actually may just lose here. Trying to warp in more stalkers, but they're warping into Mutalisk and Zergling Fire. And I think that this is going to be the end of this game. As July just has too many units. GG, InCa falling apart after his early pressure. It's hard to say exactly what went wrong for InCa in that game. He did commit a lot to that attack, and he was not able to defeat the first wave of Mutalisk, kept his stalker count low and killed a lot of his probes. And then his production was good, but he didn't have enough resources to get blink and get enough stalkers out. Then he sent some units across the map to scout a base. He lost a few units there, and he kept warping in Zealots after the attack was over, which traded with Zerglings okay. But was that really the right answer? It's hard to say. I mean, if he had warped in 3 more stalkers, or even 2 stalkers instead of 3 zealots, he could have done a lot better. Well, don't go anywhere, guys, because in just a few seconds we're going to go into Game 2. We'll see if July will be advancing out of this group or if InCa can tie it up 1-1. He is the Dark Knight after all. We shall see. Don't go anywhere. Well, if you were getting up, if you were like,